This is Construct. I'm sure we all know this map very well. In fact, this is probably the first map most of us have ever played on. Unless you're me and you played a cracked version of Garry's mod for the first time, in which case, my first map was Big City, but this map is absolutely iconic. So many cool areas to explore, and we're gonna take a look at 5 maps that put a twist on Construct. Yes, I know we've done something like this before. We're gonna do it again. First up, we have Construct under construction, and this is a pretty funny idea for a Construct map. It's pretty much like, hey, you came here a bit too early, we're not even done with the map yet. Iconic buildings that we are all so familiar with are half finished, or honestly, barely even started. We can see here that this building is one of the most iconic buildings that you go into, and now you can only take catwalks that go up to many different levels. Or how about the garage? Well, you'll notice the garage kind of looks pretty normal. That is until you enter the dark room, in which case you can see some construction equipment, or in this case, spotlights and a shipping container can be found. All this does lead into a dark tunnel that also leads into another room that then goes up into the area that we're all very familiar with. Here we can see another building, but well, a big portion of the front and the entire roof is missing, which again is really cool. How even the lake isn't filled up to the point that it should be, so someone better start grabbing their hoses. And then we can see that this building, well, they haven't even begun constructing this one. Overall, this is a really cool map, and I absolutely love the idea of Construct not being fully built. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next map. Next up, we have Suburb Construct. Now, this is going to kind of reimagine Construct as a suburban style map, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't even see Construct anymore. The iconic buildings that we're all familiar with, the different pathways and tunnels, have all been replaced to typical suburban boringness, is what I was gonna say, but I kind of like the idea of a suburb map, and we can see that the map is a lot bigger than you might think. There's multiple distinct areas that are accessible via tunnel. You can see this one has a pretty interesting open area. We also have a train system, and here we can see we have another big open area with a lake, which is kind of cool, and roads that of course connect all the different areas of the map. Overall, this is an incredibly cool map with a bunch of areas that you can go into, and I love the diversity of it. It's not just one simple area, it does kind of all come into a cohesive package. In fact, the suburban area itself really does remind me of RP Downtown, one of the most iconic maps in Garry's Mod's history. Definitely does have the vibe of Construct, but if you told me that this had nothing to do with Construct, I'd probably believe you. Next up, we have a really cool one. We have Construct Underground, and this map even won a Hammer Editor Discord map contest. It got first place, which I do want to say congrats to the creator of the map. I do love the Portal 2 vibe of this. As you can see from above, we do have a, well, old test chamber from Aperture, at least that's what it looks like. And this is a really fun map to just kind of walk around and explore. Again, kind of differs a lot from Construct, at least what you typically think of Construct. It has like certain garage areas like this that really do harken back to the original design, but a lot of this is also original, and that's kind of what I was going for with this video. I didn't want to just do another video on like reskinned Construct maps. I wanted to do stuff that kind of has a bit of the essence of Construct, however is also very, very different and in many ways is its own map. I mean, look, we even have our own dark room. Suffice to say, this is a very cool take on Construct, and I am a big fan of this map. Next up, and for those of you that did see that horse NPC video I did, yes, we did use this map. This is Construct Tunnels, a really cool idea for a map. It has the idea of Construct, but it's all within a tunnel system, and of course, there's navigation meshes and nodes for all your NPC and next bot gameplay goodness. Tons of cool stuff, tons of cool rooms you can explore, doors you can enter, and it's perfect for those next bot chases, as you saw in that video that we did. it's also incredibly complex. There are so many areas to explore. That's why I'm kind of just running through it right now because, well, there's a lot to take a look at. We also have a really dark, almost backrooms vibe, unfinished area, which is really cool and also really scary if you find yourself in this place, because if you turn your flashlight off, it's gonna be completely pitch black. But as you guys can see, there are tons of rooms and corridors to go down, and none of it is similar. It all really does feel unique and interesting. So props to the map creator. This is one of my favorites. And last but not least, we have Construct Renovation. This is such a cool idea for a map. It's Construct, but it's been modernized. I mean, just take a look at the pond or the lake. It has full-blown infrastructure now, and it kind of looks like a city dock, or I guess like an opening channel that leads into a river or a bigger lake. And well, that's kind of what we have right here, as you can see. It does kind of go outside of the map, of course, but that's such a cool detail. And again, it does still look like Construct. This is probably the closest to Construct outside of course, the under construction map we took a look at the beginning of the video. There's a lot of cool stuff to take a look at here. For one, we have the new modern architecture that kind of reminds me of Mirror's Edge in a way. Beautiful, bright, and very futuristic, and very new. It is definitely a sight to behold. This map is absolutely beautiful, and there's a lot more areas that you can explore than, well, the original map. For instance, take a look at this area where you walk up into one of these buildings. You have these beautiful autumn trees with the leaves scattered across the ground. You've got these new modern offices that definitely does not look like anything that was in the original Construct at all. We have a multitude of office buildings that really just kind of fit the style that this map is going for. We even have an outside play area for the kids to hang out when we're doing, well, adult office business stuff. But it's not all style. We also have a lot of function here too, including areas that, well, give you access to other areas on the map. As you can see, I mean, we all know what this is. It is now an office mall. So the garage, which has definitely been expanded quite a bit, now has this beautiful office mall looking area. And while I know some people might not like the look of this style, I love it. This is such a clever design and a clever way to improve upon or change the way that Construct typically looks. We even have a subway system, which is kind of crazy. We also have this really cool area that is kind of behind the scenes, and yeah, just don't look at that. You can climb this all the way up to the top. Like I said, it's not just for looks. A lot of functionality here too, and it all kind of just blends in together, which is something you'd expect from a Construct map. And there you have it, my friends. 5 maps that try to recreate or reinvent the idea of what Construct can be. I know the first one was a little too close to Construct, but it was too cool of a concept for me to not include in this video. But you guys let me know, what is your favorite Construct-like map? And as always, I do want to thank you all so much for watching this until the end. If you want to leave a like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Thank you guys for all the support and for watching this until the end. And until next time, thanks for watching and farewell.